Welcome back to Pokemon History and Lore, where each video I'll be teaching you the real life histories, science, and cultures that inspired your favorite Pokemon. So comment who your favorite Pokemon is, and if I use it, I'll shout you out in the video. Today we're going to be talking about the Pokemon Rioulu and Lucario. These Pokemon are recommended by Mela, the symbol for period, and I want to give a huge shout out to my boy Luke here, who commented multiple times. Also, he went through, liked, and reposted all my videos, so thanks, bud. Now, one of the inspirations for Rioulu comes from the Japanese raccoon dog, or the tanuki, which is sacred and also very prominent in Japanese culture. They are said to be shapeshifters and can turn into statues at will. So yeah, if you ever see these statues in a Japanese restaurant, these are tanukis. Now on to Lucario, who has multiple inspirations. The first being the Egyptian god Anubis, who is the god of the Egyptian underworld and has a jackal-like head. Now, according to Egyptian folklore, Anubis is responsible for the first mummification. The story goes that the god king Osiris was betrayed and killed by his brother Seth. Seth then put him in a coffin and threw him into the Nile River, where he was later recovered by the goddess Isis and her sister Nephthys. And with help from Anubis, were able to resurrect Osiris. Ugh, a lot of uses. Mummifying him so he could descend to the underworld, and eventually became god of the underworld itself. Another role that Anubis held was the weighing of a person's heart. When a person would die, their heart would be placed on a scale next to Ma'at's feather. Ma'at's feather represents truth, justice, and cosmic order. And if a person's heart was too full of sin, greed, or terrible deeds, then it would be heavier than the feather, thus not allowing them to enter the afterlife. But if they were good and pure of heart, then the feather would be heavier, allowing them to descend to the underworld and the afterlife. The second inspiration for Lucario comes from boxing, which again has an Egyptian origin, with depictions of the sport dating back to 3000 BC, which is also where Lucario gets his fighting type from. Now, Lucario is definitely a fan favorite, which is why he's made multiple appearances outside of Pokemon. In 2018, he was announced as a playable character in Smash Ultimate, and is still widely used in competitive today. Also, in 2007, Bungie and Nintendo made a deal with each other. For the release of Halo 3 on the Xbox, if you collected every skull in a certain order, and beat every level using only the plasma pistol or the regular pistol, all on Legendary, instead of Cortana being your sidekick, there instead would be a tiny Lucario sitting on the shoulder of Master Chief throughout the entire game. Microsoft actually found out about this, and there was a huge legal battle that was a result of it. Oh my god. Did I just start a 2000-style internet rumor? Thank you so much for watching, guys. Here's a preview of the Pokemon I'm going to be doing next. And here's a list of the next 7. Again, thank you for all your support. And if you can, give me a repost. It really helps with the algorithm. Thanks, later.